Hello YouTube, it's Don Harty here. I've just been given access to the PBE, and I've been messing around with a build order for the Byzantines the past 30 minutes or so. And I've come up with something that I think will be pretty strong. It's going to focus on getting a quick feudal army out. That's basically going to counter anything I can imagine. And after that, I feel like with this civ you would want to be in H3. The H3 units are super strong, and the healing that you get is also really good. So we'll just build this down. You put 5 hills on a mill, and one guy makes this thing, whatever it's called, and then you rally to the berries. And this guy is just gonna be building all your stuff, and well, your villagers gather berries. So once you got 6 on berries, you can rally to sheep because it's faster. We only want to be on the berries because it produces olive oil, but sheep are pretty, like a little bit faster than berries. So aside from the olive oil that we need, we want to be onto sheep. And with Byzantines, you essentially need 600 olive oil for this to work. You need 100 olive oil to tag into the mercenary house, and then it's going to cost you 500 olive oil to get some longbows out, which is what I'm going to be doing. In this video, I'm assuming you know at least something about the Byzantines. There's all the content creators that already made some videos to explain the civ. So yeah, I'm assuming that you know at least something. If you don't know anything at all yet, I would recommend checking them out. Alright, so at this point we have 2 on sheep, 2 on gold, 6 on berries, and we're gonna put a 7th onto the berries. Because otherwise we will not get the 600 that I need in the... At least not in the test that I just tried out, so... And 7 on berries should be enough at this point, so we're not gonna rally more up to it. So we're just looking to age up here. We're gonna age up with the stable, so that we can make a horseman and longbow composition, which is really good early feudal. If you open horseman, then your opponents are probably gonna make pikes, and then you have the longbows to counter them. You can also defend yourself using this. Your villages get stronger, so if you get attacked or anything, you can just defend yourself that way. So once this hits 3900, it means I have enough gold to age up, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's see here, let's drop this off as well. Bit of idle time, it's whatever. Alright. So now I'm going to put 4 vills on the landmark, and I'm going to rally onto wood, while I'm leaving the 7 vills on the berries for the villager production. So this is going to increase your production speeds of your units. So you want the stable to be within the influence of this building, which I think I did, at least I hope I did. And we're also going to build the mercenary house here. So in this build, you're going to be needing 2 straggler trees. And even though this looks like it's out of range, you could also use this one, because I noticed that, kind of like with the H3 prelates, when the vills get buffed up, they keep the buff for a while. So let's say they drop off their wood here, they get the buff, and then they chop, and they still have the buff for long enough that when they get the buff again, they will basically always have it, is what it comes down to. Alright, so we're getting our 2 stragglers. We're going to be needing a house, and also the mercenary house. And I think 6 on wood is probably enough. I obviously not 100% on these things yet. I've only been testing for maybe 30 minutes or so, just trying things out a bit. Okay, let's remove these from the queue. I'm gonna put these back on gold because I want to go into Castle Age. And then this is gonna give me the mercenary house. So I'm producing horsemen from my stable. And yeah, as you can see, it is faster than the normal time, so it was within the building radius, and I'm rallying back on the sheep. I'll make another horseman when I can afford it. Alright, so we finished the 2 straggler trees, we're training some horsemen. You can get like a lumber camp now if you like. I'm attacking into this. And I'm going to be pulling off the berries because I want to be on sheep, which get her faster. And as you can see, we have 500 olive oil. So where is it here? Once this finishes, we'll hit the longbow queue. And yeah, you can play aggressive with horseman archer, or if the opponent is rushing, you can use them to defend. You also have this ability to heal up your horsemen in combat. And now we're kind of just gathering up to H3, because that's where Byzantines really shine. But if you would like to continue playing H2, I think that's also an option, obviously. You would not want to go back to gold, you want to stay on wood. Another thing to consider is that if you get an additional house here, you have enough stone for the second cistern. But I don't think it matters too much. You can increase your gather rate from 5% to 10%. I mean, it's nice, obviously, but I wouldn't say that's the biggest deal. So basically, we've kind of just trained 3 horsemen and gotten these 5 free longbows. I think I should have built this with 2 villagers in hindsight. It could have been a couple seconds faster at least. But this is a decent feudal army to either defend yourself or attack with, for sure. And we're getting up to castle age here. Now, for this second cistern, what I would recommend that you do is the first one is going to be on military unit production rate increased. So that's why these longbows go on 1 minute 2 seconds, and these horsemen are 19 seconds. If, for example, it's on something else, it goes to 22, I think, 23, and to 115. So I'm going to put all my production buildings around this cistern on the left. And I'm going to have this second cistern to put on research rate. And this is where I'm going to be getting my techs. So this is where I'm going to put my blacksmith. Yeah, so you can imagine that you're like fighting with your units or whatever. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's a really good raiding force as well. Like longbows are good at picking up fills, and obviously so are cavalry units. So once this blacksmith finishes, we also have enough stone to connect these. So let's do that as well. Might as well. Now this might feel a bit slow at the moment, but I think it's just because you're playing solo, so everything feels a bit delayed. Now we're gonna be aging up. I'm gonna age with this thing. It cannot be within the influence of this little square. So maybe I should not have built this here, but like here would have been better, I think. But okay, whatever. And you probably want to have fills on gold so you can get your tech during age up, like your ranged armor during age up. Anyway, this is just a rough idea of what you should do. I think these units are extremely strong. I just cancelled the veil so I can show them. Kind of blew my mind from what I saw in terms of their stats. Especially considering they're going to be healing as well. So your opponent is going to have some kind of feudal army to counter horseman archer. And feudal armies usually get countered pretty heavily by Castle Age units. Oh, by habit I'm training wheels again. Okay, so you can imagine you head up. You instantly put this on the flask thing because you want to be generating them as soon as you can. And we're just going to be making knights and whatever these are called, whatever, men-at-arms, essentially. So I don't really have this planned, so my macro right now is just random. This video is mostly about the early H2 part. You can get into whatever you want after that. So don't take this as what you should be doing. But this is just trying to show off the units real quick. So this is 360 HP, which is insane if you think about, for example, the French Knights. If you go into that landmark that France has in H3, I can think of the name right now, where you have that really expensive tech to give them extra health, they go up to 310. This is 360, so it's even more. And they're going to be healing because of the flasks, they're going to be healing because of this ability. These units are going to be broken as hell. You can even get this tech as well, which is going to give them 1 armor, like both melee armor and ranged armor. So they're going to be getting up to 7 ranged armor. They can trample through units, apparently. I've not seen this yet, so I don't know yet, but it sounds like it's going to be good. So these units are going to be your bread and butter for Byzantines, and then this one is just a stronger man-at-arm. I'm not sure about the base stats of a regular man-at-arm, but I'm just pretty sure that this is higher. So yeah, you can see now they go up to 7 ranged armor, 5 melee armor, and you could tech into 7 armor if you like. But mostly these flasks, they are just insane. You get 250 health back. So this is not a 360 HP unit, it's a 610 HP unit. So yeah, I think Byzantines is gonna be pretty wild. Yeah, just because of these units, I think you should really be trying to get yourself into Castle Age, and this build order should allow you to do that if you use your horsemen and longbow army well. And I think for the mercenaries, you don't really want to be messing around with these too much. Like, obviously getting some land shits for free is good, but I think just using the mercenary house like the way I did it, where you just get the 5 free longbows and then you're done with it, I think that's going to be having a lot of potential. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are going to have fun once you get to play it yourself. I'm going to be messing around with it a bit today, and I'll catch you later.